who goes by "This is a public service" on YouTube.
This is a public service.
This is a public service.
My baby born a Birkin. She's been telling me all night long. Gasoline and groceries, the list goes on and on. It's 9 to 5, ain't working. Why the hell do I work so hard? I can't worry about my problems. I can't take them when I'm gone. 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. 2 stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good Lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. I've been boozy since I left. I ain't changing for a check. Tell my mom I ain't forget. Woke up drunk at 10 a.m. We gon' do this shit again. Tell your girl to bring a friend. Oh Lord. 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. 2 stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good Lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. When it's last call and they kick us out the door. It's getting kinda late, but the ladies want some more. Oh my, good Lord. Tell them drink some. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. At the bottom of a bottle, don't miss me. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy.
Welcome in, everybody. Holy smokes, we got a doozy today. I just want everybody to take a look at the monitor here. This is a picture of somebody that is in severe emotional distress, in fear any moment that Michael Taylor could pop out from behind a grandstand or from atop of a bridge fishing with his weapon of mass destruction. Not the gun, the camera. The camera. So, I don't know, folks. Do you think she's going to be able to argue that she's changed? Now, I mean, she can certainly say, well, I've increased the armed goons that follow me around and protect me, but, I mean, I imagine that was event security, but it's not even relevant. I mean, it's not even relevant. So, unbelievable. Jennifer.Poirrier. Or Poirrier. Poirrier? Is it Poirrier, guys? I can't even remember. I can't even remember. Welcome in. How is everybody doing today? Sorry that I thought I had one down here. I gotta move around. So, how is everybody doing today? Jason, JC, what up? Century Homes, what up, Das Foot? I'm going to use this thing here. Evelyn, what up? Charles, what up? Came up Caveman, what up? Alright, let's see. Hopefully that thing will just scroll. I don't have to deal with it. But she's back at it, guys. I mean, she's back at it. I can't remember. Let me pull up the date from. Let me pull up the date from when you got a verdict. Just so I can keep the timeline straight here. But I hope everybody's having a great, fantastic day. 2 weeks, it's not going to tell me. Is that what's going to go on here? All right. Anybody have the date that that we got the verdict? What up, Edward? While we're waiting on that, we'll just get into this. But does anybody know if the armed fisherman went to a city council meeting since his verdict? I don't know. I know that Mr. Haluba did, but I'm not aware if Michael went to it. Does anybody have those facts? In either case, she went from probably right then to going and trying to get this ridiculous and outrageous. No, he hasn't. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know when the trial was. When was that date? So he hasn't been to her place of business, the city council. Apparently, city council is now a place of business for Jennifer.Poirrier, and it's not a place of business for the people coming to speak at the meeting or anything like that. But this says May 12th because he had this hearing yesterday, but they had to continue it because Miss Poirier's I believe city provided attorney is incompetent. She had an ample time to draft this kangaroo bullshit. She had ample enough time to argue it in front of a judge without with ex parte, but when it's time to put the rubber to the road, I'm not prepared. So we'll have to talk about her also. But yeah, he's got an injunction for protection against stalking. Can you believe it? Stalking. So we're gonna go through this, and I mean, it's so gross what this lady is doing. Weaponizing the courts against this guy. Weaponizing the court. I mean, that's part of the thing, right? It's about doing monetary harm. It's about doing monetary gain. It's about cruel and unusual punishment. She makes whatever she makes. It's probably $500K a year or something like that. Something ridiculous for what she does. And then she forces the taxpayers to pay for these frivolous and ridiculous actions. First, a criminal action, which was, I mean, that's beyond the pale, trying to put somebody in jail for. But don't get it twisted. She's only using this as a tool to try to get him in jail. So it's just so gross, guys. I don't. It's difficult to put into words how reprehensible and sick I think this is. So this is a petition for injunction. Is going to be presented to a judge for review. The judge may take the following action: issue an order denying the petition with reason for denial. No hearing will be scheduled. Issue an order setting a hearing on the petition without issuance of temporary injunction with the date, time, and location for the. So we already part. We don't need to read this part, but we do need to read that. I'm not sure why anybody with Pinellas is involved with this. It's the taxpayers should not be paying for this woman's lunatic rantings. But let's make sure that we don't pass this up. This is on May 1st. Did we get a date over there? No. All right, well, I think I've got court docs somewhere. I can look it up. But let's just read this doozy. I'm aware that whether the petition is approved or denied with the hearing, I must return. Wait, I thought that she was signing perjury. No, that's not what's going on here. She can just do this without that, I guess. Whew. Whew. Oh, boy. All right, so this injunction shall be effective until the hearing set above and in no event for longer than 15 days unless extended by a court order. So I wonder when they rescheduled. That for. But rest assured, the city will get their act together before then and cause Mr. Taylor to drive all the way from wherever he lives. I think he lives. It doesn't matter where he lives. He lives like 3 hours away, so we know that he's not stalking this lady. We know that he's not harassing this lady. All right, so let's get to the meat here. All right, so they took his guns away. I'm not sure if you guys saw that video. Police showed up, took his guns. So he gets found not guilty. Trial was on the 14th. Was that the day of the verdict? Or was that the beginning of the trial? I don't even remember. Well, I guess it was a one-day trial, right? I don't remember. So that's whatever, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I guess. None of that's about I swear to tell the truth. Still haven't seen anything about that, about swearing that your statements are going to be truthful and honest. No, we don't need to worry about that. Okay, so here we go. Stalking and violence. All right, we got some stalking and violence. Sounds like something that I could see from that. So this is an information sheet to assist the clerk in preparing your petition for injunction for protection against domestic, repeat, or stalking violence. You are the petitioner. The individual against whom you are filing is the respondent. Please fill out the information below. Perjury, making false statements. Criminal offense, guilty of a misdemeanor of a second degree. Penalties and fines for perjury. All right, so perjury, here we go. I know that we're just being silly here, right? Talking about how Miss Poirier is going to be charged with perjury for committing perjury when she's weaponizing the courts against Michael. But we have to talk about equality under the law, or I think it's important to talk about equality under the law. That's the way that it's supposed to be, right? You're supposed to have equality under the law, and we don't have that here. We have the city manager of the city of Clearwater and the city attorney for Pinellas County or whatever, using taxpayer funds, so limitless expenses against this person that was just found not guilty. He was just found not guilty by a jury of his peers, but now we're in front of another judge, and we're saying that we're being stalked, that there's stalking violence occurring. So let's just be precise about what's occurring here. We're talking about stalking violence that's occurred between the 14th of April, right? The 14th of April and the 1st of May, because the first date I saw on one of these pages was the 1st of May. At latest, the 5th of May, right? That there's been stalking and violence since then. And if there hasn't been perjury, making false statements, a criminal offense, guilty of a misdemeanor in the second degree, penalties and fines for perjury. A misdemeanor of the second degree, a definite term of imprisonment not to exceed 60 days. $500 fine. Okay. Everybody, we all clear on that? So Miss Poirier is alleging that since the trial, it has to be since the trial, right? It strains common sense to allege that it's anything prior to the verdict, right? Can I get some agreement on that, at least, that you have to assume that she's lost her mind if she's saying, okay, guy was just found not guilty, so clearly it's not these things that I'm alleging. Clearly not guilt, because of that not guilty verdict, right? The not guilty. I obviously can't use those occurrences because those were just found to not actually be harassment or stalking. All right, so gonna have so first we've got, so exhibit number one is Shabuzi. Okay, exhibit number one is Shabuzi, and exhibit number two is going to have to be the fact that there's some occurrences that we haven't seen. There's some occurrences that occurred after the verdict, up to the date of filing this kangaroo bullshit. So I just want to get that on the record. All right. Okay, so let's see here. If question 1 does not apply, please state how you have come in contact with this person you are requesting an injunction for protection restraining order against. Respondent approached petitioner at work. Okay, so help me out. I mean, we can stretch it, I guess. We can stretch it and say, okay, she's talking about prior, right? She's talking about, that's how I originally came into contact with this person. The respondent approached the petitioner at work. Because from the sound of it, he hasn't been back to approach her at work. So we'll give her the benefit. We shouldn't give her the benefit of the doubt at all. But we'll give her the benefit of the doubt in this one, and we'll say, okay, you can say that was prior. Okay. Okay. Have you ever lived with? No. If stalking violence, remember the violence, the stalking violence, we gotta be precise and remember we're talking about violence. All right, do you believe that you are a victim of stalking because the respondent has willfully, maliciously, and repeatedly followed, harassed, and cyberstalked? Okay. Okay, this has to be new. This has to be new. We can't, because you can't use your trial. Okay. Are you now or have you ever been involved in any court action? Okay, yep. Here's the trial. Here's the trial. The petitioner was listed as the victim. I guess details don't matter to Miss Poirier and Nola. Is that her name? Nola? Petitioner was listed as the fake victim because there was no victim, because there was no crime, because he was found not guilty. What are we doing, lady? This lady. Okay, are you aware of any restraining order against? No. Oh, do you genuinely fear being hurt by the respondent? Do you genuinely fear being hurt by the respondent? Because, come on, man. Come on. For reals, bro. Come on, what are you talking about? What's this lady talking about? The last episode took place 4/25/2026. Okay. She's saying that she's been followed, harassed, and cyberstalked since the 25th. So 10 days after trial. Guys, bear with me for a second. I'm gonna look for something that might help us here. We have some intermission music here.
My baby born a Birkin. She's been telling me all night long. Gasoline and groceries, the list goes on and on. It's 9 to 5, ain't working. Why the hell do I work so hard? I can't worry about my problems. I can't take them when I'm gone. 1, here comes the 2 to the 3 to the 4. Tell them bring another round, we need plenty more. 2 stepping on the table, she don't need a dance floor. Oh my, good lord. Someone pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. change it for a chick.
Okay. All right. So here's the deal. Here's the deal, guys. Here's the deal. Here's what we got. We've got, where did it go? We've got the armed fishermen's videos. So, this was, what's today's date? Today's the 13th. So, 2 weeks ago, let's get a calendar up. Make sure we got everything right. Okay, because I've got 2 weeks ago. Three weeks ago. All right, here we go. Just take a look at this. Where'd that go? Okay. So he talks about the evidence. Obviously, that's fine, right? You can obviously talk about the evidence in a not guilty verdict, so that one's legit. Not guilty, but you still owe us $2,000. Puh. The arrest. I mean, we could watch all these, but I don't think any of these are of him. We're doing what again? Doing what? This followed, harassed, cyberstalked. I guess we'll get into the facts. I don't know, man. I mean, what do you do, guys? What do you do with such a insane woman? You're found not guilty. You get clowned, just straight clowned on during the trial. Clowned on. They play the videos, clowned on. You can see it. Like, I saw it in the clerk. The clerk let out a little giggle. You know, this is just gross what they're doing, man. Oh. Let's not get bogged down in that. Oh, jeez. All right, here we go. Are we going to get some facts? All right. Noli Clark. It's garbage, bro. No. Okay, here we go. Oh, case history and reason for seeking petition. Have you ever tried to do this before? Which probably would have been the rational place to start. Maybe even a better place to start might have been saying, "Oh, stop," but nobody's going to stop because you're the city manager for the city of Clearwater. Are you dense? Do you not get it? You get scrutiny, and you get, the more you do stuff like this, the more scrutiny you get. I don't understand the mindset. I mean, I do understand the mindset. It's an overlord mindset. It's so antithetical to what the country is supposed to be, what it was, founded to be, what it don't get me started, man. All right. Petitioner is, all right, describe the court case. So here's the court case. Not guilty. I mean, I guess that's not important again. Not guilty. Petitioner is a victim of stalking because respondent has. Okay, has. He has. Remember that if she lies, that's perjury. If she lies, it's perjury, right? He hasn't followed her. He hasn't showed up at her place of work. What are you talking about, lady? Committed stalking. Okay, he didn't commit stalking. He was found not guilty, so he did not. Previously threatened. Nope. We found out that he previously did not threaten. Harassed. Nope. Also, we found out that he previously did not harass. Stalked. Nope. Unfortunately, we also found out that he previously did not stalk. Cyberstalked. That's another one. You're lying again, bitch. You're lying. Didn't cyberstalk. Previously not cyberstalked. Or physically abused the petitioner. What? No. Didn't physically abuse the petitioner. Never touched the petitioner. Ever. Once. Never. In the history of time. Never. Threatened to harm petitioner or family members or individuals closely associated with the petitioner. What? When? Where's the evidence? We're going to have some... She's going to find some evidence that... Noli Clark's they're gonna unearth some evidence. They're gonna go into the AI creator, and they're gonna make some evidence of some kangaroo bullshit that they can bring into court because he didn't do any of these things ever, never once. Another order of protection issued against him or her previously from another jurisdiction, if known. So what is that? The court order during the criminal trial? That's not valid either, if that's what we're talking about. Not valid. So everything that she said here, not valid, isn't true. It's a straight up lie. And listen, unless I'm wrong, right? Unless there's some evidence, maybe they've got some new flock data of him going over there and following her and stalking her, and maybe there's some stuff I don't know. So I gotta say allegedly, right? I mean, I gotta say it. I mean, they took the tether off, so they don't know his every single move. They just gotta rely on the flocks now. They don't have him chained and following his every single move for 2 years, okay, or a year and a half, or whatever the fuck. Okay, this is becoming a real cool story. All right, below is a brief description of the specific incidents of stalking or cyberstalking. Oh, this ought to be good. Yeah, we'll hold on to suspense as long as we can, guys. All right, here we go. Please include a description of all evidence of contacts and or threats made by respondent in voice messages, texts, emails, or other electronic communications. Okay, because that'd be direct contact. That makes sense. I can't wait to see the evidence. I can't wait to see the new evidence, guys. Who's excited to see the evidence? Here we go. All right, so all right, the parties do not know one another. What? What is this lady talking about? She's the city manager of the city of Clearwater. Petitioner works for the city of Clearwater. So it should just say petitioner is public servant. Petitioner works for the public. Petitioner should get public scrutiny. We should scrutinize the petitioner that works for the city of Clearwater because she works for the city of Clearwater and should have scrutiny. Okay, so respondent is a self-identified government watchdog who has expressed an intense dislike for the city of Clearwater. Okay, I think the trial that we just went through actually, what's the word I'm groping for here? It established that he's not a self-identified government watchdog. He is a bona fide government watchdog. And you have an intense dislike for his watching. You have an intense dislike for his showing the world your disgusting, reprehensible behavior. Lady, you are so gross. I can't believe that your family can give you a hug. I cannot believe that your family can hug you at night knowing what you're doing to an innocent man that made some jokes. He made some jokes about your boobs and about your butt, right? And you're still freaking out about it. You're still just tweaking. But let me get it all straight. Severe emotional distress. Okay, Shannon. Okay, I mean, Jennifer. Okay, if you say so. Eventually, and strangely, the respondent transferred his dislike for the city of Clearwater into an obsession with the petitioner, resulting in him stalking, following, harassing, and cyber-stalking her. Okay, so let's just parse that because it needs parsing. She is engaging in lies. That's what this is. I think what we'll need to do is we may need to... Is Sassy in the comments? Did Sassy come in today? Maybe we need to dissect the lies and find out just how many lies she's told in order to cruelly and unusually punish an innocent man. Strangely. Was it strange? Was it strange, or did he maybe hear some rumblings in the community that you're not paying your taxes, that you don't live in the city? So is he a self-identified government watchdog, or did those things not happen? Eventually and strangely, he transferred his dislike for the city of Clearwater into an obsession with the petitioner. Okay, that's not exactly how it happened. I think he was investigating the city of Clearwater, the city council, uncovering all kinds of things, like them stealing public comment, like them stealing money, like them engaging in just lawfare. They would weaponize these meetings and arrest people and a whole host of things. But there's no confusion. There's nothing strange. There's nothing strange about it. And then he started focusing on Miss Poirier. Okay, so he started focusing on Miss Poirier. And what did he find out once he started looking into Miss Poirier? Did he start finding out where she was shopping for lingerie? Did he find out where she dropped her kids off at school? Did he follow her into the grocery store? Did he creep into her neighborhood and sneak into her garage? Did he do anything like that? I'm just wondering. Okay, so he didn't do any of those things, but what did he find out? He found out that Miss Poirier had a city contract, and the city contract outlined that she needed to live within the city limits within a designated period of time, and my understanding is that she failed to do that. Okay, so that's one. She failed to do that. Okay, and he dug a little deeper. Now, when he dug a little deeper, did he show up at her husband's work? Did he follow them out to dinners at night? Did he follow them to their friends' houses or to the nightclub or to other concerts that they went to? No, he didn't do that. What he did is he looked deeper into an allegation that she was committing tax fraud, homestead fraud. Okay, so these aren't strange. This isn't a strange dislike. This is legitimate journalism that the mainstream legacy news should do, but they're in the bag with these criminals. So we have let our whole nation down. Generation upon generation has said, okay, leave it to somebody else. Leave it to the legacy news to uncover the misdeeds of these corrupt politicians. We took our eye off the ball. All right? And now we really need to clean up the mess here and really start paying attention to what's going on, because it's likely too late, right? Like, the damage is so ridiculous at this point. I mean, we're talking about a 40,000 square mile data center in Utah that is just shoved down the throats of the people. So you see the kind of demons that we're dealing with here. Okay, so he uncovers the homestead fraud, and in uncovering the homestead fraud, he actually finds that her none of those records are redacted. Like, there's some of the sovereigns, they get special privileges where their address is private and you can't see it, so it's supposed to be redacted. But you have, in most cases, it's my understanding that you have to request the redactions be made. So Michael obtained the records that existed on the assessor's website, downloaded them, which is all legal. You can do that. That's how you search for homestead and property records. And he uncovered her actual address. Not against the law, Jennifer. But he found out that they're homesteading more than one property. Okay, so that's illegal. You can't do that. So he's talking about that, right? And that's when they start turning the screws on him, right? So it's not eventually and strangely. It's because, right? It's because of the corruption that he uncovered. More and more people came to him with information, and more corruption that he's uncovering. And he's uncovered just an endless spring of corruption over there in Clearwater, as we can clearly see. Not just the city of Clearwater, but apparently Pinellas County as a whole. Because isn't it the attorney for Pinellas County that is representing Miss Poirier here? Okay. Here we go. Oh, boy. Respondent has a social media platform and uses the handle The Armed Fisherman, as he is known for carrying an AR-15 in public places. That's legal. That's all legal. So, respondent's known for lawful activity. Okay, so that's what we've got so far. He's got a social media platform that's known for lawful activity. Okay, man, she's gas him up. Let's just gas him up. What are you doing? Okay. In June 2024. What? Why are we talking about June 2024? Up to the present day. Why are we talking about June 2024? Why are you talking about... Jennifer, why? Jennifer, why are you talking about June of 2024? It's 2026. It's May 13th. It's May 13th. And the crimes, what you're talking about, this lady, oh my Lord. No wonder her attorney's not prepared. But who wrote this drivel? It had to have been the attorney. June 2024. Bitch. He was found not guilty. Not guilty. In June 2024, up to the 14th of April, he didn't do anything. He didn't do anything unlawful. The only thing that happened between those dates was that he was relentlessly tortured by Miss Poirier and the justice system. Relentlessly tortured, put on an ankle monitor, and forced to pay for the ankle monitor, and now being forced to pay apparently $1,800 for the trial where he was found not guilty. I wouldn't pay a penny. I would not pay a penny to these sovereigns. It would not. No, there's no way. Okay, so let's get back to this. But come on, lady. No, nothing happened. We established that nothing happened. The point of the trial was to establish that nothing happened. Nothing happened, lady. Really? Who was that guy? The other guy. Oh, here we go. He can't talk about it though. Unbelievable. What was he doing? What was he? Was he relentlessly stalking, harassing, following, and cyber stalking her? Okay. All right. Respondent has and continues to commit numerous acts of stalking, cyber stalking against the petitioner. Okay, so let me get this straight. She has to be talking about events that occurred after the trial, because it was found that those acts were not stalking, Jennifer. This incompetent attorney, Noli or whatever, Miss Clark, this completely incompetent attorney that's bringing this action in clogging up the courts with this complete and utter nonsense. Okay, cool story. Numerous acts of stalking, cyber stalking against the petitioner, including but not limited to, he has come to her work to video record her outside her work. Okay, I sure hope this happened after the trial. Otherwise, that's a lie. That's a lie. He didn't do that since the trial, unless they got him on, unless there's some evidence. But hopefully they talk about, oh, we got him on video doing this or whatever. But to the best of my knowledge, he has not come to her work to video record her outside her work. Now, he should be able to. It's not illegal to do that. She's the city manager for the city of Clearwater. She doesn't get special privileges where she can't be video recorded outside of her work in public. Are we talking about in public, or are we talking about he got into her house or something? I don't understand this lady. He has brought her and tried many times to give her unwanted gifts. Okay, so we established that he went to a city council meeting. I don't remember when it was. It doesn't even matter. And he tried to give her some chocolates. Hilariously, I might add. Hilariously. Okay, and then after the meeting, he went out to the little retard bus that they all get into and to get carted away, and he tried to give her the chocolates again, right? Okay, and we realized we didn't realize we discovered during the verdict phase of the trial that that's also not illegal. So has that happened since the trial? Because we already found out it wasn't illegal then. He's done it again. He's back at it again. I mean, I want to see the video because it's funny. It was funny then. It'll be even funnier now if he did it again. That's what I would have done. I would have gone to the next meeting with the box of chocolates. That's why I asked. That's why I opened the show by asking, does anybody know if he went to that next meeting, the one that Mr. Haluba went to? Because, it would have been hilarious to show up at the next one with the chocolates. Right? So, unless he did that, that didn't happen, and that's another lie. Because you can't be talking about June 2024 when he was found not guilty. This is just gaslighting bullshit. He has yelled inappropriate comments about her body to her as she's walked to her vehicle. That's a bold-faced lie. Was it your vehicle, Jennifer? Was it your vehicle, Jennifer? It wasn't. It was the short bus. It was the short bus for all of the Clearwater Sovereigns because they're so terrified to leave the public meeting because nothing's happened ever, never, right? They need to just be hyperbolic about everything that occurs in their lives, and they say, toughen up, people. Fuck you. No public comment. You guys need to pay more taxes. Just toughen up. And then they need a bubble around them, a protective bubble where you can't even exist around. You can't even exist around the bubble. He's yelled inappropriate comments about her body to her as she's walked to her vehicle. Okay, unless he did that after the trial, that's a lie. And it wasn't her vehicle, so it's a lie anyway. Okay. He has brought his video camera and tripod and placed it directly in front of her to record her while she is working. See how manipulative and deceptive and cunty that is? First of all, that's not illegal. She's the city manager for the city of Clearwater, for Jennifer.Poirrier. She's the city manager for the city of Clearwater. He's brought his video camera to record his public servant working, as is his right. As is his right. I don't understand what she's talking about, but he didn't go to City Hall, to her office, and put his video camera and tripod down. Again, he could. He should be able to do that, right? In the public areas of City Hall, he should be able to do that. Is there an allegation that he's done that since the trial, though? I feel like there is not an allegation that he's done that since the trial. Okay, so he didn't do it since the trial. He didn't do it during the trial phase, and he certainly didn't do it before the trial. What he did is he brought a camera to the recorded city council meeting. And I don't believe he put it right in front of her, placed it directly in front of her. I thought he put it in front of him. It doesn't even matter. He could put it in front of her. It's a public place. It's What are we doing? Why are we even doing this? What are we doing? Jennifer, why are you doing this? Don't you understand how terrible this makes you? I mean, I guess you don't care. I mean, I guess like in your circles with all of the like elite government parasites, that this kind of behavior is looked at as like some badge of honor or something, like treating the citizens like shit and violating your oath and just doing evil things. Like, do you think that Michael's a rich man or something? That, I mean, that's part of your power play, right? Oh, let's make him drive all the way over here just to do this bullshit continuance, right? You think it's funny, right? To cause people pain. You think it's funny to cause people misery, right? He points out corrupt things that you're doing, and you're like, how can I hurt this person? How can I hurt this person? You do something potentially, and I think outright illegal, right? And your reaction isn't, I need to rectify my error. Your reaction is, how can I hurt this person? This person that I'm supposed to be serving. I don't know. I don't know how she sleeps at night. I just don't, man. Like, it's not like I'm some saint, you know, but I would never treat somebody like that. I would never weaponize power against somebody that I'm supposed to protect, right? That's what that's what kind of person, that's what kind of demon she is. And, you know, she probably raised her kids not to have consciences too, you know, so they're not even self-aware enough to look at her mom and see a demon, because they're just growing up to be demons themselves, you know, likely. But, you know, I mean, I feel sorry for them, right? Because you owe more to your kids, right? I mean, I think that we owe more to people that we bring into the world than to treat them how to hurt other people in the most evil kind of ways. So, I mean, that's where I'm coming from, I guess. He has used videos he has taken of her along with videos he's found of her online to cut, splice, edit, and otherwise alter them into explicit videos of her focused on her breasts and buttocks. Okay. We established that that's not criminal. Not a crime. He did those things, right? He did those hilarious videos of Baby Got Back, of Friday with the boys going, damn, you know. You're right. You know, he does something that I don't do, which it's not because I don't want to do it. It's because I guess I'm too lazy, or maybe if I was better technologically, I would do a lot more of this. But you know, he puts the memes in his videos, and I think it's funny. You know what I'm saying? I think the memes are funny. But she's just taking herself just a little too seriously. Miss, are you Jennifer.Poirrier, private citizen that has never had a conversation with this man before? You are a woman that has never had a conversation with this man before, right? No, you're public servant, city manager. Oh, you can't talk to the city manager in Clearwater. Clearwater is a pretty big city. You know, what? Okay. So again, it wasn't illegal when he did it prior to the trial. It wasn't illegal then. It wasn't harassment then. It wasn't stalking then. It wasn't cyber stalking then. Right? It wasn't those things then. He hasn't done them since. So this is more gaslighting, manipulation, and lies. Okay. He has made posts about her home addresses and posted her parcel address online, encouraging others to look into her home address for legitimate homestead fraud, I believe was the accusation. See the gaslighting? Look at the gaslighting here. Posts about her. So he did that, and it was found to, I believe he actually redacted. They gave him the document that had her address just on it, right? Just on it for the world to see. Yeah, that's what the assessor does, right? The assessor puts your home address on it, right? That's the way it goes, right? But if you're one of these sovereigns, you can get your name off, but you have to ask to get your name off. So she didn't do that. He got the document. He posted the document, and out of the courtesy, out of the professional courtesy, he redacts the address. Okay? And for that professional courtesy, what do? You drag him into court for almost 2 years, and you torture this man. You cause him unknown pain and suffering, unknown costs, unknown trips back and forth, unknown costs associated with trips back and forth, because you didn't take action on something that you should have if you cared about it. And he was encouraging others to look into your alleged homestead fraud, not saying, oh, go look for this woman, find her, and harass her. No, never said that. He never said that, did he? Okay. He has posted pictures of her husband and daughter and made comments about them. He has never met them, nor does he know them in any way. Okay, well, wow. That'd be pretty mean, right? That'd be pretty mean if he was just out there doing this. But were they publicly available pictures of them in their public servant role? Her husband, the fire whatever, he works for the fire department, right? Posted a picture of him. Is he not involved in the homestead fraud? Are they not married? Is there not a connection that's worth looking into on this alleged homestead fraud? So I guess pictures of her public servant husband shouldn't be on there, and her daughter that at the time worked for, I believe, the Clearwater Police in some role. I don't know what the role was. So those two public servants. So that's not illegal. And made comments about them. Did he make comments about them potentially committing homestead fraud? Because I believe your daughter is part owner on one of the homesteads also, if I'm not mistaken. So were the comments that he was making about them in his journalistic capacity? Now, is it possible that he threw in some memes? Again, this is at the time. So this is since the June 2024 up until the trial, right? He hasn't done any of that allegedly. We all know that he hasn't, right? They're not going to come to court with any new, unless it's doctored evidence, unless it's fabricated evidence. I don't put it past them to come to court with fabricated evidence. I really don't. But we know that this is just more lies. He has emailed her colleagues, her subordinates, and her supervisors links of videos he made about her body. See how deceptive and manipulative that is? So the video, he's talking about the city council meeting where he recorded the whole meeting, right? He recorded the whole entire meeting, right? That's what actually occurred. And then at the end of it, she went outside to the short bus and she was getting in there and she did it. There was another way to get in there, right? She didn't have to get in like that. But she did. And he sent the video. He CC'd her in the city council. I don't know about subordinates, but it wouldn't even matter. This woman is a public servant. Yeah, this is exactly like Lane. Yeah, exactly like Lane. It's so gross. So gross. None of this is illegal. Established it during the trial. And I highly doubt it's happened since the trial. He hasn't mentioned her by name since the trial, to my knowledge. I haven't watched every one of the videos on his channel, but I've watched a few of the videos. I don't remember him even mentioning her by name because he knows how petty. He knows how petty this woman is. That he doesn't even want to mention her name because he knows how petty and manipulative and evil. Evil. Guys, do not... I don't want you guys to overlook that this is all info and this is all, terrible, terrible stuff that's happening to the armed fisherman. That he's the victim of what's occurring here. But we are getting a view into what pure evil in America looks like. So I know that we reflexively want to look away from these evils and somehow cast the blame on Mr. Taylor for what he has or hasn't done, right? And believe me, I want to be objective, and I want to see what matters to me is the truth. Okay, so to Miss Poirier, truth is not a value. Truth is a value to me. It's one of the top values in my life, right? That I seek truth, that I try to be truthful, that I try to do those in all aspects of my life, right? Now we know that Miss Poirier does not live her life that way, but that doesn't mean anything. We're looking for the truth of the matter here, right? And the truth is, there's been no allegations of stalking, of cyber stalking, of following, of harassing. There have been zero substantiated or founded allegations of those things. None, zero, never once in the history of the world. So let's just approach the day with truth being the value that we're seeking here, right? Like, I want to have a good time and I want to clown on Miss Poirier here too, but I don't want the truth to get past all of us here. And the truth is that an innocent man is being harassed by the state, by Miss Poirier specifically, by the city of Clearwater, by the county of what was it? Was it Pinellas? Whatever it was. If it's not Pinellas, I don't want to be so accusatory. Sorry about that. Okay. Okay, guys. Petitioner has never responded to the respondent. Okay, guys. What? Okay. Never responded. Okay. Okay, here we go. Respondent has no legitimate purpose for his obsession with the petitioner's body, nor for giving her unwanted, unsolicited, unwelcome gifts. It has caused her sleepless nights, persistent anxiety. Oops, that's the wrong tyrant. That's the wrong tyrant. That's the tyrant over in Weber County. I just want everybody to I want everybody to listen to me. Pinellas County, thank you. We're here seeking the truth. Okay? We're here seeking the truth. It has caused her sleepless nights, persistent anxiety, feelings of helplessness, withdrawal from regular routines, and avoidance of certain places. And she has constant fear that his irrational obsession with her will turn violent. Not so irrational that she wouldn't hang out near an overpass where marksmen could take action against her. She doesn't look like she's suffering from any of those things. I don't know, guys. I don't know. I mean, you've certainly got some explaining to do. Okay. We're going to get to some facts now, I guess. Here's the facts. In September 2025, an information was filed, State v. Michael Taylor, 2025, 9808 MM, for stalking regarding the petitioner's behavior, regarding the respondent's behavior towards the petitioner. Okay, well, this injunction's about to make a lot of sense. I think that's what's about to happen, because this has to be some different trial that we didn't see, where there's a guilty verdict, where there's going to be some establishment for stalking. Right there. For stalking regarding the respondent's behavior towards the petitioner. Okay. Let's get into it. All right. In April 2026, jury trial, respondent was found not guilty. What? What are you talking about? What? So basically what she's saying is everything that I've said before, throw it out the window, because a jury actually found that he was not guilty of those things, that he didn't do those things. Jennifer, that he did not do those things that you're alleging were crimes, to send a man to jail, to put a man in a cage because you didn't like the words that he used. Okay, but I'm sorry, I gotta go back because I overlooked it, because I was so focused on her not having sleepless nights. Clearly, she doesn't have persistent anxiety or feelings of helplessness. She isn't withdrawing from anything. She would withdraw from a situation like this. Am I right? I mean, this is come on, avoidance of certain places, but public places like this are not places. What are the certain places you're avoiding? Are you avoiding work, Jennifer? That's the place she's probably avoiding. Her job, working, serving the citizens of Clearwater, serving the people, the cattle of Clearwater. But I just wanted to make sure that we didn't gloss over this, because this is actually in my opinion, the most important thing here. And she has constant fear that his irrational obsession with her will turn violent. Okay, so I think that we established that, first, I don't even think there's an obsession, but we'll forego that and we'll say, okay, there's an obsession. Okay. And what I'm trying to say here is this started off as Mr. Taylor looking into legitimate criminal public corruption, right? I would call this public corruption. I would call exposing it the highest duty of the people. The highest duty. It's the only thing that's actually protected, constitutionally protected in the Bill of Rights is the right, the constitutionally protected right to press our public officials. Okay, so he was pressing on legitimate concerns, and then you take punitive and petty criminal action against him, and then obviously you want him to not talk about it. You want him to not speak about the next phase. There's the public corruption phase, and then there's the weaponizing its disclosure to the public and making that a crime, right? You exposed me, so I'm going to make you a criminal. Okay, and that's what she tried to do, and it didn't work. And now she's trying to take civil action against him, which isn't going to work either. Because who am I kidding? Probably a good chance she gets some, sovereign, devil over there that, thinks that the Bill of Rights doesn't matter too. So I'm not overly optimistic about our, Mr. Taylor's prospects here. I'm just saying what the truth is, right? And the truth is that he doesn't have an irrational obsession. If he is in fact obsessed at all, which I don't know how he would be. He's a married man, I believe. He's a married man. I don't know that actually, but I met his significant other, and you're not his type. So he has a rational concern for the community and the public corruption. So I know that we moved past it, but I didn't want to gloss over that, because while she did say all this other stuff, I think that's the most important statement in this whole thing. And that in the fact that she thinks that it'll turn violent, that a non-violent man is going to become violent. I've never known Mr. Taylor to be violent in any way at all, ever. So, yeah. I would suspect this demon getting violent before anything else. I mean, she appears to be inebriated. I can see her getting violent fast. But it's Mr. Taylor that she needs protection from because of all these lies above, which are all undone right here when we established that there was a jury trial in April of 26, and the respondent was found not guilty. Jesus Christ. Respondent's question for the court after reading the verdict was to inquire as to the status of the no contact order that prohibited his contact with her. That is, he wanted to confirm he had the ability to contact her again. No, he has the ability to contact you again because the no contact order is void when the not guilty. That's why we're doing this, right? It's not because you have a question about it. It's because you don't need to inquire about the status, because the status is obviously that it's void, because those things aren't true, because they didn't happen, because they are lies. Because there are lies. You lied to the court then. You're lying to the court now. That's called perjury. These crimes that you're... if it wasn't then, and I believe that it was, if it wasn't then, I don't know how the argument could be made that it isn't now. That it isn't perjury now. That it isn't malicious prosecution or malicious weaponization of the justice system. The just us system. So... immediately thereafter, up to the present day, respondent resumed his targeting campaign of harassment against the petitioner, posting several new videos directed at and about the petitioner's body in the criminal trial. So during the criminal trial, they played the clips, and they didn't play them in context. They played them in the light most. They played them in the light that was most negative to Mr. Taylor, in the way to convict this innocent man of a crime. So they played it without the prior context, or the context after, right? Just a meme like, this guy's just a clown that makes memes all day. There's no serious journalism at all, is what they're saying. That he's just a clown that makes memes. Right? That's what they're trying to say here. And I'm not having it. Okay? So immediately thereafter, up to the present day, respondent resumed his targeting campaign of harassment against the petitioner. Okay? That is false. Okay? That's completely false. We established during the trial that the videos were not directed at them, or at her. They weren't directed at her. Even the fact that he sent the videos directly to her, the jury found that was not illegal, that it was not harassment, right? It wasn't harassment to email your public servant. It's not harassment to email the state. It's not harassment to send somebody that works for you an email. It's not harassment to use a .gov or whatever email to send them whatever you want, right? Okay, so the several new videos directed at, they're not directed at, they're for the public. Now, they're about you because you're the one that did this, you devil. You're the one that did, you want it all to have taken place in the dark. And we're not having it. Everybody needs to see this, right? So he posted the trial, as he should have. He requested the records from the court, which is his right. And he paid a fee, right? And they released the public. Actually, I don't even know if this happened. Somebody could have done this and sent the files to him, for all I know. But the fact is they're public records, right? They're public, and they should be disseminated to the public, right? The public should see the trial from start to finish. They should see it. They should see the facial expressions that she makes on the stand, the poor me's, the staring at the jury that she did, the theatrics. We should see all this, right? Body language is important. We live in 2026. Why are we pretending that we can live in a surveillance state, but we can't know what's going on in the courtrooms, right? So anyway, this was a public record released by the court. He released it to the world, and that isn't unlawful, and it isn't harassment, Jennifer. Releasing a public record isn't harassment, Jennifer. So again, none of this happened. This is an outright lie. This is a complete fabrication. Posting several new videos directed at and about the petitioner's body in the criminal trial. All right? The respondent has demonstrated that nothing, not even a criminal case for stalking where he was found not guilty. We've found the petitioner has demonstrated that nothing, not even a not guilty verdict for stalking, will stop her from stalking, following, harassing, and cyber stalking the petitioner. She's sent armed agents of the state to his home to disarm him.
Yeah, well, I have to record now. Is this a warrant?
Nope, no warrant. It's a civil matter.
Okay.
I'm actually going to go over the paperwork with you. And then
Okay.
I'll leave a copy of the paperwork.
If you want to walk up the stairs and talk to the ring camera, you're more than welcome. But
From here, you can see me, and
I'm not.
that's fine.
I just don't trust you because if I open that door and there's a warrant or something.
Number 1, prohibited actions. Number 2, which goes into contact. It says respondent shall have no contact with petitioner unless otherwise provided. It says respondent shall have no contact with petitioner. Not. You don't have a warrant.
Man, y'all came in. Only. You have no warrant. Okay, but you're sitting here trying to take my firearms,
Well,
dude.
that's the court order. Well,
I understand.
I don't want to
But
take
hey,
what the court order says. I'm gonna walk with you. Listen. This is the way we're gonna do it. I'm gonna walk with you. You're gonna point to where it's at. I'm gonna pick it up.
Yep.
I'm gonna put gloves on.
Yeah, no problem.
And they're probably just gonna stand at the door. Reason we're here. Any dogs or anything? I don't want.
Nope. Only a cat, and she's not feral or anything like that. Right there.
Right there. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna write a.
It's fine, man. Just take the gun.
Terrorizing the kids.
I don't want to hear nothing else. Just if you got to take the gun, take the fucking gun.
Okay.
Thank you. Have a good day.
No other ammunition or anything?
No.
We're not being rude to you.
I know.
Try to be nice.
No,
Please. Please.
Listen, we're not being rude, guys. We're not being rude, guy. Listen, plebe. We're not being rude. We're not being rude. We're just judicially stealing your weapon. We're stealing your weapon without due process, without pre-deprivation, post-deprivation. We're just stealing it because of Miss Poirrier's feelings. This is a free country, but it's Mr. Taylor. It's Mr. Taylor that is somehow doing something. This isn't abusing him. This is nothing. We the people, we should just put up with this and deal with it, right? We should just deal with that kind of stuff. The armed agents of the state coming in and unarming us. That should be okay, right? Just whatever. Whatever, that's cool.
I know. I'm not being aggressive towards you. You've got my gun. We're done. Right? We're done. Right? We're done. Right? We're done. Right?
Okay.
Have a good day.
A lot nicer than I would have been. Tell you that. So, seems like a pretty nice guy. Right? I don't know. Okay. So we've established that it's Jennifer.Poirrier has demonstrated that nothing, not even a not guilty verdict at the criminal case for stalking, will stop her from engaging in stalking, following. Do you think that that's not stalking and following? The armed agents of the state just arrived at his home and just disarmed him. Is that not harassing? Are they not harassing him? Is that not happening? Therefore, petitioner is left fearing for her safety. Therefore, petitioner is left fearing for her safety and her family's safety. For these reasons, she is seeking a protection order from this court. Respondent owns and is known to have guns. Guns. Other weapons. AR-15. AR pistol. Glock semi-automatic pistol. She does her research. Sounds like stalking. Sounds like she's obsessed with this man. She knows what kind of gun he's rolling around with. I don't know what kind of gun Michael Taylor carries. Isn't that crazy? She's talking about what guns this guy carries. She's literally obsessed with this dude. This demon here is obsessed with this dude. This inebriated, appearing to be plastered demon that it fears for her safety out in public, doing public shit with celebrities. But pity me. Please pity me. Please pity me, y'all. Bro, this is crazy. All right, petitioner asked the court to enter a temporary injunction for protection against stalking, which has never occurred. So that will be in place from now until the scheduled hearing in this matter, which they've delayed. So he can't go into any more city meetings because, let's take more of his rights away, because that's the kind of evil we are, which will immediately restrain respondent from committing any acts of stalking. He's never committed them before, but now she can rest assured that he won't be able to commit any now. Okay. And which will provide any terms the court deems necessary for the petitioner of a victim of stalking. She's not a victim of stalking, including any injunctions or directives to law enforcement agencies. Petitioner asked the court to enter after a hearing has been held on this petition. Yeah, right, lady. You're smoking hopium. A final judgment for protection against stalking, prohibiting the respondent from committing any of these acts of stalking against the petitioner, and prohibiting the respondent from going within 500 feet of any place the petitioner lives, which he's never been anywhere near this lady's house, right? He's only been to city council meetings, public places for the people. I mean, can it be stated any more loudly? I fear this man's words at city council meetings. If there is no other statement that should be heard from this is a man that we cannot have speak at the truths that this man reveals at city council meetings. We cannot have that. We cannot have that. We need to keep him away from the petitioner's place of employment. Why isn't this scrolling? Which isn't actually a place of employment. It's City Hall, or it's the City Hall, or the Commission Hall, whatever the hell. You can't go. You can't go within 500 feet of her. Place of employment, address, petitioner's place, employment, school. Prohibiting respondent from contacting petitioner by telephone. I don't think he's ever done it. Mail, never done it. Email, he sent her some links, which is totally fine. He can do all these things. In America, you're supposed to be able to do these things, right? You're supposed to be able to call your city manager if you have a concern. You're supposed to be able to... So look at me hedging. In America, you're allowed to call the city manager. In America, you're allowed to mail, you're allowed to email, and any other way that you see fit, you're allowed to... any other way that you see fit within the law, right? You're allowed to address your public servants, right? I don't believe in using violence against these people. Do I think that in the end that things are going to get violent from these people? Well, it's already getting violent. They just, if you don't think coming into a man's home and disarming him is violent, when he asks for one of the state agents, please, just one of the state agents come up into my home. I don't want these other sovereigns. It's too much for me. I'm willing to acquiesce to your tyranny momentarily, but please, just one of the sovereigns right now. And they just lie to him. Because truth is not a value to them. They just lie to him. They come into his house without a warrant. He invites one, but they all come. And they steal his weapon. Okay? So, I don't know. Ordering respondent that he shall not have in his or her custody, possession, or control any firearm or ammunition. So again, you don't get any due process. You have your Second Amendment rights subverted. and stolen. This is supposed to be a big deal, right? Violating the Bill of Rights is supposed to be treasonous, right? It's supposed to be a big deal. It's supposed to be punishable by death, right? I mean that's what the title whatever outlines. Those are the punishments. So I don't get it. Let's steal this guy's rights. Order and responding that he or she shall not secure any firearm or ammunition. Petitioner shall prohibiting respondent from knowingly or intentionally going to or within 100 feet of petitioner's motor vehicle, whether or not the vehicle is occupied. What about the short bus that she rides to the meetings? Petitioner asks the court to enter any of these terms it deems necessary for the petitioner from stalking by the respondent. Okay. I understand that the statements made in this petition are being made under the penalty of perjury, punishable as provided under the section of the statutes. So she's committing perjury. She's lying to the court. But, you know, what's going to happen? Is anything going to happen? To her. I mean, is anything going to happen to her? What do you guys think? Stalking, right? Definitely doesn't fit stalking because he was found not guilty. Oh boy. All right, so here's her information if you guys want to make a bar complaint. Oh dang. That's the redact tool. All right, well, whatever. There's her bar number. There's her bar number. If you guys feel it's appropriate to make a bar complaint against her, by all means, do so. Okay, so here we go. Let's just gas them up a little bit. Criminal case against the respondent petitioner as listed victim involved stalking. Well, the not guilty verdict, by definition, definitionally means that they didn't prove their case for stalking, so there wasn't stalking, right? That's what common sense would tell any rational person. Do I have some rational human beings in the chat? Do we have agreement on this at least? That a not guilty verdict means that they didn't in fact prove the case for stalking, therefore no stalking occurred, right? That's what we're getting. That she works for the public, that she's a public servant. Am I preaching to the choir here? Oh boy, this lady, she's such a demon, bro. Alright, so yeah, she served him. She's concerned, but she had unredacted information. We know what happens if you publish unredacted information to Jennifer.Poirrier, though. Alright, I think we're reaching the end here. What a demon, bro. Well, guys, there you have it. All links are in the description. if it does not issue the temporary injunction, if she got a judge that well, I guess it's because she lied. It's because of the lies that she told, that, or the way that she twisted the truth and tried to get everything from before the trial into this. But if the judge found that obviously those things are fine for you to do whatever to the city manager, within the law. But if it does not issue the temporary injunction, that she doesn't want a hearing on it, right? She doesn't want a record on her stupidity. But I guess she's willing to put her stupidity on full display if a judge will humor her and her attorney. The courts aren't backed up enough that we have time to humor lunatic women ranting and raving about constitutionally protected activity that they literally swore an oath to protect. Okay. Thanks, John. Oh, you're the best. She's the best, guys. Well, there you have it. From Clearwater or whatever. It's down here. Close that? Guess I closed it. All right. Well, does anybody have any questions? I haven't engaged with the chat a ton, so let's see here. Sorry for that, guys. Can you guys believe what is happening? All right, well, it doesn't look like we got any questions, so what we'll do is we will come in the same way we went out. What do you guys think about that? That's what I say, at least.
3 to the 4. When it's last call and they kick us out the door. It's getting kinda late, but the ladies want some more. Oh my, good Lord. Tell them drink some. Cause I'ma pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. There's a party downtown near 5th Street. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Cause I'ma pour me up a double shot of whiskey. They know me and Jack Daniels got a history. At the bottom of a bottle, don't miss me. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Everybody at the bar getting tipsy.
Who goes by This is a public service on YouTube.
This is a public service.
This is a public service.
We're out here today to ensure our natural rights are respected by those who swore an oath to support, protect, and defend the rights of the people. The purpose of all interactions is to peacefully promote government accountability and transparency. Please like, share, and subscribe so this message can reach as many people as possible. I implore you to peacefully seek redress to any and all of your grievances. This is a public service.